Priti Patel received hellish backlash, losing £1 million a day for migrants crisis on English Channel. A former UK immigration officer said in an interview that Home Secretary Priti Patel needs to hire an expert who knows something immigration to bring an end to the migrant crisis in the English Channel. Kevin Saunders, who was the UK's chief immigration officer in Calais for 13 years, warned how in the 10 years since 2012, too many of the Director Generals of Immigration Enforcement at the Home Office have had little to no experience of immigration, experience that he argued is vital to fulfill their jobs to the standard required and to tackle the crisis in the Channel. He explained how following a year of chaos in the English Channel, Ms Patel could certainly get a Director General that knows something about immigration in place. Discussing the issue, he claimed the fact that so many Director Generals lack experience is a big problem. Mr Saunders said, probably since 2012, the guy at the top has not been an immigration person. We have had a retired chief constable, we have had an admiral, we have had a career civil servant. He noted how the only people with experience of immigration affairs have been interim leaders who have only stayed in their role for around 6 months. Mr Saunders expressed his sheer amazement, asking God knows why those with experience were not kept on in their roles, because it would have been the best idea in the world. The current Interim Director General of Immigration Enforcement is Mr Estaugh, who was formerly the UK Director of Operations Immigration Enforcement. He joined the Home Office from the Metropolitan Police in February 2014. Prior to Mr Estaugh, Tyson Hepple CB held the role from 2018-21. He had never held a job outside of the Home Office. Mr Saunders' comments come as more than 28,300 migrants have arrived in the UK by small boats from France in 2021. That amounts to more than 3 times the 8,469 that landed in 2020. The crossings culminated in a tragedy towards the end of last year when 27 people died when their inflatable dinghy sank off Calais on November 24. It comes as crossings have continued despite the hazardous winter weather, which have seen the RNLI scramble dozens of boats to rescue those in trouble. While UK Border Force rescued 67 people from a major incident involving at least 2 boats at 1:30 a.m. Christmas Day. Tom Pursglove, Minister for Justice and Tackling Illegal Migration, has said the government is working to reform its approach to people crossing the Channel through the Nationality and Borders Bill, which is currently going through the House of Lords. In another news, migrants crossing the Channel in boats add almost £1 million a day to the cost of Britain's asylum system. The 28,431 people who made the perilous voyage in 2021 have landed taxpayers with a bill of £336 million to process their claims. And the cost, the equivalent of £920,619 a day, is thought to be just the tip of the iceberg, as it does not cover healthcare, education or housing costs for new arrivals. Alp Mehmet, of Migration Watch UK, said, "This is another shocking reminder of the government's abject failure to control our borders. Every time a migrant lands on the Kent coast, it adds £12,000 to the bill for processing their application, detention and living allowances while their claim is assessed. It also covers a share of staff costs to deal with the backlog of 100,000 people stuck in the system. The bill has more than doubled in the past 3 years, and is up by 42% in the past year alone. It raises fresh concerns about the state of Britain's asylum system, which Home Secretary Priti Patel says is broken. New figures from the Home Office show the bill for dealing with asylum claims has hit a new high of £1.4 billion, while a record 55,000 applicants wait more than 3 years for their case to be completed. The Home Office said, "The asylum system is broken. Our Nationality and Borders Bill will introduce a firm but fair system.